Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Thursday the 6th of March 2025. In today's Meal News, we start off with this. If you don't know what this is, if you haven't been watching the channel for a while now, because of the new TV deal, what they're doing a new thing. I don't know if you heard about it. They're trying to give fans a lot of notice. So what they're doing is that every Thursday, the EFL publishes Sky's selections for 4 weeks in the future. So they're giving you 4 weeks notice. So the latest one, published today from EFL.com, are these games. And as you can see, we're not there. We're not there. What that means is this fixture, Portsmouth at home at the Den, is not being moved either by day or kickoff. So it's set for Saturday, 3 p.m. You sort your travel out, sort your tickets out. It's all good. Obviously, I think the thing that pisses a lot of fans off, especially the season ticket holders, is the home games being moved. I think a lot of people they're not that bothered about away games being moved. In fact, I think they probably like it because it gives them a chance to actually watch the game, on television. Whereas before, they would have to travel all the way up and down the country to see the game. But obviously, if you've got a season ticket and all of your games are being moved here, there, and everywhere, that's not ideal. So this game is set to be at that time and date. This game is set to be at that time and date. So 2 weeks in a row, Saturday, 3 p.m. Bosh, lovely stuff. Now, why is that? Is it the shenanigans at the weekend? Have they been put off? Don't know. Could it be, that realistically we're not really in, they don't think we're in the playoff races at the moment. So obviously in 4 weeks' time, we're probably going to be completely out of it. So there's no point in showing us on television. Might as well show someone else. And if you go and see who they selected, West Brom versus Sunderland, I mean, that's a game and a half, isn't it? Luton versus Leeds, well, obviously Luton in relegation trouble, playing Leeds. Blackburn Rovers versus Middlesbrough again. Blackburn and Middlesbrough closer to that playoff places than us, and Coventry City Burnley. So it may be that they're projecting 4 weeks in the future, and they don't think we're going to be in there. So that's what happened today. So obviously come back every Thursday, and I'll let you know, the selections as they come out. But at the moment, and this is the thing, I'll let you know whether Millwall are in it or not, so that you can book. That game is now fixed, it's set. And like I said this before, I don't know why. It would be handy if Millwall Football Club on this is from millwallfc.co.uk, if on their match list, they would put a little tag under the fixture saying, not selected for TV, or not selected for TV, or could be moved due to television selection for, the ones down below. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, we're still talking about the Bristol City game. I think, obviously the news yesterday was about Roberts and the FA's witch hunt on Liam Roberts, so the Bristol City game the news faded a bit, and we're back now today with some more stuff. So the talking points from Millwall's 2-0 loss to Bristol City: low quality clash sees Lions wasteful in possession. This is from the londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press. Millwall missed a chance to close the gap on the Championship playoff places after they were beaten 2-0 by Bristol City at the Den on Tuesday evening. Here are Alex Grace's talking points from Tuesday night's clash. What is this picture? The Bovril boys. They've all got Bovril. Okay, this is I don't know what that's about. A low-key affair that never got going. The Lions have been involved in some real drab games this season. Coventry away, Hull and Oxford at home are just three that come to mind, and this was another. Neither team managed to get into their stride in a dismal first half. Millwall keeper Lucas Jensen's two smart stops were the only action of note. City were missing the injured Naki Wills, a player who enjoys facing the Lions, and they lacked a bit of bite in the final third. The hosts were wasteful with the ball in attacking situations. The gaps were there, but for whatever reason, Mill could not find them. A match lacking quality was settled by a poor goal as the Lions were undone from a set piece. Poor defending from a City corner allowed the ball to be pulled back to find Viner at the back post. The second goal killed what was already a tough game to watch. Sam Bell's initial shot from a City breakaway was saved by Jensen, but former Luton man Harry Cornick was there to seal all 3 points for his side. Chance missed to close the gap on the top six. Alex Neil spoke after the win at Derby County at the end of last month about the ambition from him and the team to keep the season alive and not let it drift. The Mill's final 11 fixtures are very tough, especially the away games. If they wanted to really charge down those playoff places, it felt like they needed to win this game, and City's away record is very poor as well, making this all that more disappointing. The Robins have picked up just 5 points away from Ashton Gate since winning 2-0 at Norwich in November. The gap to West Brom is 6 is 7 points, and with road trips to Leeds, Sheffield United, Sunderland, Blackburn still to come, this could well be a bridge too far to cross. Usually you need to be targeting between 73 to 76 points to get a playoff place in the Championship. The Lions are on 45. To even reach 73 from here would mean needing to take 28 points from the remaining 33. You can never rule anything out, but that looks a very tall order. So as you can see, that would suggest that the people at Sky have done their mathematics and they've looked at this and thought, yeah, there's no point sticking them on TV. Mitchell preferred to Saville in midfield. Billy Mitchell slowly made his way back into Millwall team after a nightmare first start of the season for the academy product, who got injured in pre-season and did not feature until December. He started 5 of the last 6 in all competitions and slotted perfectly back into his role alongside Casper Lenore. Mitchell offers something quite different to George Saville. The Northern Ireland international is known for having a bit more aggression and forward play in his locker compared to Mitchell, but the latter is a calming presence alongside Denore. He very rarely gives the ball away. Neil has plans to evolve the style of play, and Mitchell is someone who will be key to that. Negley, a big loss as Aziz forced off. Camille Negley became Mill's £3.5 million club record signing in January when he arrived from Sparta Rotterdam. He is a player that arrives with a lot of intrigue. The South Londoners have utilised the foreign market well recently. Zion Fleming's arrival from Fortuna Sittard is the best example so far, with Mihailo Vanovic and Dinor also improving the squad. Scoring goals has been the main problem for Millwall this season, with just 34 netted in 35 matches. Winger Negley is someone who will hopefully assist with that issue, but not in the short term. Negley came off with an ankle ligament injury against Crystal Palace on Saturday. Is said to be out for the next 6 weeks, and it could be a double whammy for the Lions boss Neil, with Femi Aziz withdrawn at half-time against Bristol City with a tight hamstring. Hopefully it was caught at the right time and Aziz will not be forced into some time on the sidelines. And it's that picture there looks to be from that game where he's holding his hamstring. Oof. Okay. So there you go. Now, moving on to this post-match from the LondonNewsOnline.co.uk. Post-match comments from Alex Neil. Alex Neil was refused to give up on Millwall reaching the Championship playoffs. The Lions were beaten 2-0 by Bristol City on Tuesday night, with goals from Zach Viner and Harry Cornick, handing Liam Mann's side their first victory on the road since early November. Defeat meant that the Lions missed a chance to close the gap to the top 6, which stands at 7 points. On average, you need to get 73 points, as we've heard. Millwall on 45 with 33 left to play for, meaning they would need to win 9 of their final 11 games to even hit that total. Wow, we need to win 9 of 11. 9 of 11 wins, not draws, wins. That is, that's, man, that's insane. If we do that, I mean, man, you deserve to go up if you're winning 9 of 11 games. Despite this, the Lions head coach remains optimistic. Neil Spakin on Tuesday evening said, I'm not going to lie, I'm disappointed because we spoke about it before the game. Tonight was a huge opportunity, for us to get a few points on the board and get ourselves closer to that, keep fighting to the tie and get there. And that's my biggest frustration for the lads because, we want to try and keep pushing to see if we can get there and push on. Mill head coach, Mill head to Watford on Saturday with the Hornets 4 points better off than the Southlanders and aiming to close the gap to the top 6. The Lions head there, having collected away wins against Leeds and Derby in recent weeks. Every game in the Championship is tough, every games are tough for different reasons, he said. Watford is a tough place to go, they're a good side, but we've been pretty consistent. We've done alright, we've had 2 losses in 10, we aren't doing too badly. What I will say, is the biggest challenge for us, and it has been the biggest challenge since I got here, and still is whether we can break teams down, especially at home when the onus is on us to go and force the issue. Well, I do think, we have enough quality to do so. Tonight I thought we were a little bit sloppy with our passing, that can be better. Tonight was the first time, we haven't scored in quite a few weeks. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is. Moving on to this. Alex Neil, southernnews.co.uk. I think it might be similar to what we've just seen. Alex Neil said Mill's biggest challenge is finding ways to consistently break down teams at home after the Lions struggled to generate clear-cut chances in their 2-0 loss to Bristol City at the Den on Tuesday. Mill had 13 efforts on goal, only one of which was on target. Oi! And finished the game with an expected goals of 0.92 to the Robins 1.83 on 11 shots. The Lions have fared better offensively on the road under Neil, scoring 7 goals in 6 league away games compared to 5 goals in the same number of home fixtures and travelled to play Watford this Saturday. Well, every game's in a Championship tough, Neil said following Tuesday's game. Well, every game's tough for different reasons. Watford's a really tough place to go. They're a good side, but we've been pretty consistent. I think we've been alright, That's 2 league losses in 9, so I'm not doing too badly. I think the biggest challenge probably for us, it's biggest challenge before I came here, and still is, can we break teams down at home when the onus is on us to try and go force the issue? I think we've got enough quality to do so. I thought tonight we were a little bit cheap with our passing, and if we can be better, we can give ourselves a better chance. And I think tonight's the first game off memory that we haven't scored in 9, so we're doing all right. Yeah, baby, we're doing all right. Now, so that's post-match comments from Bristol. We had some other news today, and I'm loath to talk about it. But talk about it I will. MyGuava, you may have heard of them. They sponsor the Millwall shirts. MyGuava, it's on the shirt. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. So, obviously, when the announcement was made, that MyGuava would be sponsoring Millwall shirts, I think I, along with many other Millwall fans, exclaimed, Who? Who is MyGuava? Who are they? Are they real? We have, in the past, quite recently, had sponsors. Euro Ferries, a company that didn't offer any services, but apparently existed with a budget, and sponsored our shirts. Very weird. And Husky Chocolate. Again, a chocolate company that doesn't sell chocolate. Well, they do, but very rarely, here and there. And they did eventually end up putting some in their club shop. But, we get these weird and wonderful sponsors, and when they get announced, I like to go on the internet. Have you heard of it? And I like to find out a bit more information. And I was wondering, this is, we'll get into it in a minute, but let's talk about the news. So MyGuava and Millwall launch exciting Lions payment card and rewards. MyGuava, in collaboration with Millwall Football Club, is excited to unveil the MyGuava Millwall reward card that offers supporters cashback benefits of up to 7% and the chance to win official club merchandise and matchday experiences. Millwall fans can order their MyGuava Millwall reward card by downloading the MyGuava app. Selecting from 3 distinctive options, the exclusive limited edition design, only 900 available. Which one is that then? I assume, is that the Roaring Lion one? The 24-25 home card inspired by the current season. Is that the shirt one? I don't know. Or the Heritage 1885 card celebrating the club's historical roots. Is that the funky one with 1885 on it? Okay. All card holders receive instant cash back on eligible purchases, with the limited edition offering enhanced rates of 0.6% on standard transactions and 7% at sporting retailers. So the cash back. So you get 0.6% cash back on everything and 7% at sporting retailers. What does that mean? What is listed as a sporting retailer? Is the Lions shop, Lions store listed as a sporting retailer? And is that just bricks and mortar sporting retailer or online sporting retailer? Cards are completely free to order with no monthly fees, making this the perfect opportunity for Lions supporters to earn rewards while showing their club pride. For dedicated fans, the limited edition card provides premium benefits, including higher cashback rates and an increased monthly cashback limit. Available only while stocks last. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Monthly cashback limit. So you offer cashback, but it's limited. So you don't offer cashback. There's a limit to the cashback. Well, what's that limit then? So here's the cards. You can see them there. This is the thing, These new things that exist on the internet. They come up with cards that are vertical. Because obviously, you're just supposed to touch it on the machine. You touch it and you go. So why it would be beneficial to you for you to have it vertical? Because the chip touches the thing. But, rather than horizontal. And, Lions Reward Program. The partnership between MyGuava and Millwall FC includes an exclusive reward system where card holders can win official club items such as Millwall footballs, scarves and water bottles through regular card usage. Supporters also gain entry into draws for premium matchday experiences in hospitality at the Den. So basically stuff from the club shop that they can't sell. About the MyGuava app. The MyGuava app offers comprehensive financial services beyond the Millwall card. So, it's trying to sell you other stuff. With accounts available in over 20 currencies, transfers to more than 140 countries, and innovative features including group payment options and savings tools, the virtual MyGuava Millwall reward card is available immediately upon approval, while physical cards are delivered directly to supporters. So yeah, it's a thing again. You download it on your phone, and then you pay for things with your phone and shit like that, which I am not interested in. I'm not going to be doing that. But you see here, one of the things that I was worried about when this was first announced, obviously they have cards, but these are Visa cards apparently, So is this a credit card? Is it a debit card? I think it's a thing where it's like a debit card, but it's like an Oyster card in that you load money onto it, presumably through the app, and then you can then use it, but it's not directly linked to your bank account. You have to move the funds over, and obviously if you lose it, someone can use it if you don't cancel it. But if there's nothing on it, they ain't got shit. They ain't getting any money. They just got a card. I think that's what I have no idea. It sounds like a credit card, but then obviously it's not credit. I don't think it's credit. I don't know. But then it says they have to approve you. So if it's just a debit card, why would they not just approve you? So, but one of the things that I'm worried about with this is that Millwall are trying to save money, and they don't really care, if it messes with the fans or not. They need to save money. They got rid of the program. Everyone was upset about that. But what I am worried about is that they use MyGuava's cards and MyGuava's system to put the season ticket on, to put the memberships on, and then they make you use your phone to go into the game. I don't want to do that at all. Please do not do that at all. It's too early to be doing that. You need to probably wait, I should say, maybe 10 years. And then, the technology and the people who want to do this will outnumber the people that don't. Like me. And then, you can do what you want and shit on the people that won't use this technology. Who won't use their phones to, pay for things and use it as an entry to go into a game of football. When you used to be able to rock up with some money and pay on the turnstile. And now you have to use an electronic phone that costs hundreds of pounds. And you have to do all the stuff at your end, and they can just do nothing and save money. And it's all on you to do the job, like self-checkout. So what the fuck's that about? Do I work here? No. That's why I don't use them. So now, you may have seen this when this was first announced, the sponsorship between MyGuava, obviously looking into them. I did show this page, and this is the thing that I'm loath to mention. But, obviously everyone wants to support Millwall, but, they do silly things. They sign silly contracts, and you need to say something. If you see something, say something. This is their Trustpilot page. Okay. A rating of 3.9. Great. 4-star. Sounds good. But then you look at how it's breaking down, and this is not organic. This is not how reviews work. And obviously it's harder to tell these days, AI and stuff, You can be talking to an AI person online, and you think it's a real person. You have no idea. You had no idea. 1-star reviews and 5-star reviews. The 5-star reviews seem to be 2 for 1. The 1-star reviews. So it seems that anytime someone leaves a negative review, 2 people come along to leave a positive review. Funny that, isn't it? Funny that. I wonder where they come from. Dude, look at this guy. Customer. Oh, okay. Sounds legit. Picture of what looks like an Indian guy. Yeah, I'm sure that's not fake at all. So, let's have a look at the reviews. 65% 5-star, 32% 1-star. Like I said, 2 for 1. Bernardo Rendon Laoza GB. Great Britain, I think that means. An hour ago. Don't use this payment company. They lie on their services and overcharge their customers. Oops. La Vida is involved in some kind of saga. MT, I don't know if that's Montenegro or Montana. 13 hours ago. Guava Pay is a scam. Guava Pay is withholding my money for days now, and I no longer have access to my account. They are trying to steal my money, and I am highly disappointed with their service. Well, I should say, if someone steals your money, you would be disappointed, wouldn't you? I will not advise anyone to bank with Guava Pay. They don't reply you and fix the problem at hand. They are holding back the sum of €1,800, which I was supposed to use to sort out my family bills. I am highly frustrated, and I never imagined that they will do this to me. I need my money back and I regret banking with Guava Pay. They frustrated me enough. Now I can pay my bills because of their inconvenience. So again, Stephen Gow says it's great service, prompt reply, and I've used this payment service on 2 of our locations. Was looking for a lower percentage rate on card transactions, and MyGuava has a very competitive rate. So again, 1 review, and he's saying, so he seems like he's got a shop, some kind of shop, and they use MyGuava as the payment processor to process card transactions. Gianluca Maggiari. Highly recommend. There you go. The reason I use MyGuava is the convenience, but I've been blown away by an exceptional service and outstanding product as well. The sales representative and account executive, Amy, introduced MyGuava to us and ensured everything went smoothly from the very start. From the initial contact to the setup, everything was professional, friendly, and incredibly efficient. Amy is always keen to help promptly and is extremely knowledgeable, going above and beyond to ensure everything is set up perfectly. The machine itself is outstanding, reliable, easy to use, and performs flawlessly. Now, this person has 5 reviews on Trustpilot. Whenever you see a review and the name of an employee is in it, I'm telling you for now, that review is bullshit. 100% bullshit. It's probably, most likely, written by the person named, the employee named in the review. And isn't this very good English for someone called Gianluca Maggiara? Isn't it? So there you go. So you can see, we've got 5 stars and then we've got 1 star. So again, Amy was absolutely great from Pietro Paolo Lanzetta. So there you go, John loves it. John, MyGuava's been great. Been using the MyGuava card machine for a little while now. We moved over from Dojo and never looked back. All my questions were answered and I was helped every step of the way. Highly recommend. So again, the 5 stars. Oh, look, Amy. Amy. There she is again. So, if you look at the 1-star reviews, we've seen that one already, is La Vida. And La Vida, again, 3 days ago. So that's not their first review. This is their older review. Mian Hussein Ali. Funds blocked and revocation of access. I provide online tutoring services to students in the UK. And recently I received a few payments through Guava Pay. £50 from a student early February, £90 from another student, and £340 from a third student. As soon as these payments were processed, Guava Pay blocked my funds without any proper explanation. When I expressed my frustration via their chat and email, they went a step further and revoked my account access completely. This is absolutely unfair and unacceptable. I am warning everyone in Canada, so he seems to be in Canada. So again, is this a Brexit thing? Is this some kind of money laundering thing? Obviously, Mian Hussein Ali. Not that I'm saying, I'm not profiling him. MyGuava are. Not me, bruv. So again, look, this is going on from February to March. So there you go. Harassment of a bad review. Well, that's not good. They blocked his account because he laid a bad review. Here's La Vida again 6 days ago. So this thing's been going on for a week. He's got €1,800 that they've pinched off him. They haven't, his money's gone. And he's got bills to pay. This could set the guy off. This is all block caps, so you know that this is serious. And MyGuava is the worst bank known to man. The will place your account on block for no reason, no explanation, and very poor communication whilst the block is taking place. My account has been blocked for over a month. Whilst this has happened, I cannot transfer money out, nor can I access my vault. I don't know what that is. Since my account has undergone a review, all my money is locked in my vault, to which I have been unable to withdraw from my vault or even access it. I have lost my apartment alongside my work office space due to not being able to access my funds. So they're ruining lives. They are ruining lives. So, again, do your own research. Do not listen to me. Do not listen to MyGuava. Do not listen to Millwall. It's your money, and you need to take it seriously. But, it's up to you. It's up to you. So that's it for the news for today. And I'm going to talk about the stats from the game 2 days after. Forgot to do it yesterday. Because it's not that good when you lose, talking about the stats. Is it? So, yeah, if you're not sticking around for that, thank you for watching. If you are, here we go. So, Millwall had no significant strengths. We were poor at finishing, we were caught offside often, and we committed a high number of individual errors. We favoured through balls. And you can see the 5 highest rated players in that match were all Bristol City players. Ivanovic had 3 shots, Tanganga 2, Bangor Williams 2. And Amaku had 4 dribbles, and he came off the bench. And after him was Reece Bangor Williams, so... But again, this is the kind of thing, it's a work in progress. You've got a lot of young players. They're going to take time. They are going to take time to figure it out. And, obviously, hopefully they get coached by Canning and Neil and Livermore and etc. And they get taught to do things. Hopefully, someone will get taught how to take a corner and a free kick. And, that'd be pretty useful if we could do that. So, attempts on goal, 13 to 11, 9 to 5 open play, 4 to 6 set piece, no counter-attacks, no penalties, no own goals. They had 11 shots, they scored 2 goals, that's a conversion rate of 18%, which is incredibly high in a championship game. That is quite high. So you can see Millwall were mostly going down both wings, slightly favouring the left wing. Shot directions, shot zones, action zones. So again, mostly in the middle of the park, and we were at times overrun in the middle. They were playing 3-4-3 in a fashion, and we were playing 4-2-3-1, which wasn't really working out. Player positions, as you can see. So you can see that they've got 3. The 3 centre-backs, and one of them's over on the sides. He's acting as a right-back. This is the average player position. If we're looking at Bristol City, by the way. You've got, in the middle, you've got basically 4 centre midfielders, really. Or 2 centre midfielders, 2 AMCs. You've got number 30 out on his own as a point man. And then you've got 2 wingers. So, in a way, it's not really 3-5-2. It's kind of 3-4-1-1. So, in terms of us playing 3-5-2, I don't think that's the way we go. Maybe 3-4-1-2. 3-4... Some kind of variation of 3-4. We need to figure out a way to play against the teams that have 3 centre-backs. You can see the way we were playing. Basically, 4-2-3-1. Pretty clear. Everyone's kind of fixed in their position, really. Brian and 11. Who was 11? Femi Aziz. But basically playing off of each other. Crammer pushing up as well. But you can see that 25 Kundal He's in the centre circle. And the two other, outside left and outside right, 11 and 31, Bangor Williams and Femi Aziz, they're playing off the halfway line, so they had to play in the middle as well. Do a lot of defensive stuff. That's the thing though. If they're playing 3 at the back and we play 3-4-1-2, they can't play 3 at the back. If we got 2 up front, they're going to get ruined. You know what I'm saying? So, but then, like, playing 2 up front, I guess you really need a player who can play up front, but then can also not play up front if you don't have to play up front. Which I guess at the minute would probably be Connolly. He could play up front, and then also drop back in the 10 or out on the left. But, if they're playing 3 centre-backs, play 2 up front. Fucking boom. You want to play 3 at the back? Let's have some fun and games. Over the top. High balls. Yeah, let's go. Play into the corners. Why not? So, let's have a look. So here are the match events. Literally nothing happened in that first half. Interesting. No yellow cards. Yeah, it wasn't... Like, it wasn't one of those games, is it? It was literally, pretty drab, drab affair, really. Obviously, they scored 53 minutes, so was that, the players coming out at half time for the second half, probably with instructions that didn't really work, but I don't know. They go with the changes first, and then this is the thing that baffles me. What's happening with this? What's happening with Saville and Honeyman coming on at the same time all the time? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? As soon as that happened, I'm like, well, the game's fucked now, innit? And 3 minutes later, they score, and then right at the end of the game, when some of the players are still huffing and puffing, let's try and get a goal back, players who've come off the bench and they're young and they're trying to do stuff because they want to prove themselves. And then Saville's got a free kick and it fucking kicks it 80 yards up in the air and it goes out. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So if you look at the top left, top right, where the club badges are, the average player rating for each team is 6.4 for Millwall and 6.94 for Bristol City. That's a difference of 0.54. That's quite a big gap at this level. That is a big gap. I would say that seems to be down to Jensen. He came on under blinder against Crystal Palace due to the circumstances. They gave him an error on that second goal. They've given him an error on that, and that's knocked his score down to 5.6. The highest rated player for Millwall is Brian. Joe Bryan, would you believe it? What's happened to him? He's like a different guy. He's like a different guy. Where's this Joe Bryan been all season? Is it, like I said, is it Alex Neil doing this, or is it the prospect of he's talking to other clubs and other clubs are saying, yeah, we'll get back to you. Don't call us, we'll call you, and no one's calling. So he's had to pull his finger out. We'll see, we'll see. Man of the match is Viner. Obviously, one of the centre-backs also scored. So obviously, probably did a lot of defensive stuff and then got a goal. Okay. If we go down, we can see who did what. Total shots in the game. 13-11, so we had more shots. Nice to see that, the whole front line having shots. Williams with 2, Ivanovic with 3, Aziz with 1. Cool. But you can see why Kundal, did have a shot. Basically having to play further back. Possession 52-48, so we had most of the possession. And when that happens, when we have more possession than the opposition, we don't really win the game. It's very rare that happens. Obviously, it seems the man who had the most possession for Millwall is Joe Bryan with 7.1% of the match time with him, and he ends up being, Mill's highest rated player. Pass success percentage, so all the talk about misplaced passes, 77% compared to Bristol City's 73%. Billy Mitchell 98, Denor 83. Oh my God, seriously, come on, man. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. George Honeyman, 25%. 25%. So he has 4 passes. Let's say he has 4 passes. 3 of them are not going anywhere. 3 of them go to the opposition, or they don't go to a Millwall player. 1 of them does. 25%. Oh, man. Like, as soon as you bring him on, it's like, we're waving the white flag. Game over. We give up. Jensen, 68%. He must have took quite a few short passes, I would imagine. Kundal, 90%. But yeah, again, this is very rare. We have most possession and we have a higher pass success percentage than the opposition. Dribbles 12-7. So the numbers look good. Look at this. We've had more shots than them. We've had more possession than them. We've had better passing than them. We've had more dribbles than them. We've had 1 more aerials than them. But they score 2 goals. We don't score at all. It just goes to show the game is about putting the ball in the net. That's it. Doesn't matter how you do it. Put the ball in the net. Just put the ball in the net, bro. Amaku, 4 dribbles. Aerials 1, as I mentioned, 33-19. Ivanovic with 9. Those are the ones he won. As we've seen when we go to FB Ref and we can see the ones that he won and lost. How many did he lose if he won 9? Kramer with 7. So everyone of Millwall starting 11 won an aerial except for Denor and Jensen. Tackles 15-16. So again, they had more tackles than us, probably because we had the ball more, and they had to get the ball off us. Okay, so pretty even, really. No one with a lot of tackles for us. Corners 4-6. These are the players who won the corners. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Amaku wins 4 corners for us. And did any of them even get a sniff of going in? Dispossessed 8-8. So there you go. Now moving on again to squad.com. You can see here, so if we sort the players by rating, we got Joe Bryan 7.11. Man of the match for Millwall. Not in the game. Here, well, look at this. You could, you saw it for yourself when Amaku came on. Well, I guess you didn't because the game wasn't on Sky Sports Plus. But if you're at the ground, you've seen it for yourself. With 23 touches of the ball, passing accuracy of 80%, 4 dribbles, 4 corners won, Adomio Maku, half of the game, 45 minutes on the pitch. He's number 3 in the rankings with 6.88. And then we've got Jake Cooper 6.66 and Reece Bangorian 6.64. Have we got any stinkers? Well, Josh Coburn 5.81. That's interesting. What did he do? Or what did he not do? 6 touches of the ball. I guess he didn't really get involved. Lucas Jensen right at the bottom, 5.6. George Saville 5.82. George Honeyman 6.14. And Luke Kundal scored in his debut and it's been down there ever since, 6.25. Man. So, shots. We had 13 shots. 1 on target, and that was Ivanovic. 3 and 1. Offence Offside. We were offside a lot, apparently. 3 times. The defensive stuff, most tackles, basically the whole team was chipping in, really. Interceptions, Joe Bryan with 6, Crammer with 2. Clearances, Crammer with 9, JQ with 4, Tanganga with 4, Denor with 3. Block shots, Crammer with 2. Cool. Passing wise. So yeah, Lucas Jensen's passing accuracy was high. Where's he gone? Because he had 38 passes, but he had 23 long balls. So a lot of those were short balls, presumably to Joe Bryan. If we look at the passing accuracy, you got Billy Mitchell 97.7 off of 44 passes, which is pretty good. And in terms of volume, is anyone else anywhere near that? But with no, not really. You got Kundal 90.5, but that's off 21, so that's half as many passes as Billy Mitchell. Okay, so let's move on to this fbref.com. As mentioned before, you can get the XG from this site: 0.9 for Millwall, 1.7 for Bristol City. So we underperformed our XG. We should have scored 1 goal. Didn't get the 1 goal. They hit their XG. They got 2 goals from 1.7 goals worth of opportunities. So the game should have probably been 2-1. It was 2-0. There's the substitutions, as you've seen. So we had 1 of 13 shots on target, was 8%. They had 5 of 11, which is 45%. Our keeper made 3 saves. Their keeper made 1. We had 517 passes. They had 474. Fouls 5 to 11. Corners 4 to 6. Crosses 27 to 16. Touches of the ball 644 to 599. Tackles 15 to 16. Interceptions 11 to 12. Aerials 133 to 18. Clearances 25 to 32. Offsides 3 to 0. Goal kicks 4 to 11. So again, obviously they had a lot of goal kicks because our shots were going off target. Throw-ins 24 to 21. Long balls 72 to 75. So what do we got? Shot creating actions. If we look at this, Joe Bryan with 5, so very attacking. Kundal with 4, and Maku with 4 again. And Maku, man, the guy was on fire. Dribbles, so take-ons attempted and successful. And Maku 7 and 4. Bangor winners 5 and 3. Denor 3 and 2. Hello. What else? Let's just scroll through and see what we can get. So Billy Mitchell, high passing accuracy. Why is that? Is he just taking short passes? Well, let's have a look. Short passes 13 of 13, 100%. Medium passes, that's between 15 and 30 yards, 26 of 27. Long balls 3 of 4, so 75%. So there you go. Now George Hanlon, when he came on, 7 attempted passes, only 2 were successful. Wow. None of the short passes were successful. A medium pass was successful, and only 1 of 3 long passes was successful. So it's not like, how can you fuck up 2 short passes? Like, this is 0%. 0%. Like, the next worst is Ivanovic. Obviously, he's up front on his own, he's holding the ball up. He hasn't probably surrounded, he's outnumbered, he doesn't have really anyone to play the ball to. 2 completed of 11 attempts, 18.2%. George Hammond 0 of 2. Okay. Passing types. Defensive actions. Possession. So, carries of the ball. Here we go. Adomu Maku, in half a game of football, he had 14 carries of the ball for 165 yards and 101 yards towards the opponent's goal. Bosh. He won 4 corners. What's CPA? Carries into the opponent area. He was the only one who carried the ball. Look, 4 times he carried the ball into the penalty area of the opposition, and he's the only Millwall player in that game to do so. And he did it 4 times. It was just him. What's that? Miscontrols. Number of times a player failed when attempting to gain control of the ball. Okay. Dispossessed. Okay. But yeah, total distance. You can see for half a game of football. Adomu Maku. Wow. Miscellaneous stats. So here we go. Aerials won, but aerials lost. Ivanovic, 9 and 5, 64%. Not that bad. He's had worse. Aziz, 2 and 2, 50-50. Cundall, 2 and 1. Yeah. Denor, 0 and 2. Kramer, 7 and 3. Joe Bryan, 3 and 1. Not bad. So here we go. Lucas Jensen, very busy. Shots on target against 5, goals against 2, saves 3, save percentage 60%, post shot XG 2.3. And then his passing stuff. Average length of his pass was 38.4. Obviously, a lot of short passes. Goal kicks 4, 100% were long, 62 yards length. There you go. So if we go down, we're going to finish by looking at the shots in the game, and you can see right at the end, this is where we're trying to have a go at the game, and we're after they scored, I think they just shut it down, didn't they? And you can see time again, wasn't to be. So what have we got? So in this first half, not very good, was it? I mean, the best chance of the game, best chance of the first half was Ivanovic, according to the XG, 0.31 XG, but it was off target. It's a post shot XG of 0. 5 yards out with his right foot from a Tanganga pass. Now this is a good one, because seems like this is a good save, because 0.04 from the shot, but the post shot XG was 0.32. So when it goes up, that means it's a good chance, and it got saved. So that was seemingly a good save by Jensen. He saved a third of a goal there, if such a thing could exist. And then we got this, the goal that they scored. 0.84 to 0.99, so it's basically guaranteed goal. 4 yards with the right foot. And then, all the other shots, much of a muchness. You got this one here just before they scored, 0.15 to 0.17. Oh, this is the one that got Jensen the error. George Urphy shoots. Sam Bell shoots. Jensen saves it. 16 yards right foot, but Jensen saves it. But it falls to this guy. Because on the same minute, 83rd minute, 0.47 to 0.92, goal, 6 yards right foot. And the chance came from Sam Bell's shot. So there you go. So this is all the same move here, 83 minutes. So you got George Herfy, shot, blocks, 18 yards right foot, goes to Sam Bell. Sam Bell takes a shot, and he got that chance from George Herfy, and then Connick takes a shot, scores. He got the chance from Sam Bell's shot. And then we got this, and it's just, powder puff. Nothing. 0.08 from Josh Coburn, 10 yards off target of his head. Bangor Williams, 0.1. Blocked, 14 yards left foot. Blocked from Amaku, 11 yards right foot. Ivanovic saved by the keeper, 0.06. 14 yards right foot. And then George Saville off target, 10 yards header. So there you go. What a dismal, dull affair. Running up and down the stairs. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.